No?
No.
Too soon?
No. I think it's a pointy thing. Witness! This is by my deeds I honor him. Or you could yell, Immortan! Immortan! So, as you may be able to
I want to watch it again.
So, as you may have been able to guess, we've really enjoyed Mad Max this summer. And I picked up the game, what was it, a week and a half ago now?
Mm-hmm. 2 weeks?
Was it 2 weeks?
I want to say 2.5 weeks.
All right. Either way, I picked up Mad Max, the video game. And
Day-o release.
Yes. I pre-ordered back in July. So I got the little car, and I got a poster, and I got an extra car body, and it was great. It was
super
fucking
excited.
Cool. Yeah, I was really jazzed. I was getting kind of fucking aggro toward the end there. I was like, "God damn it! Well, the first come, son of a bitch!"
And then he got the game.
I did, and it wasn't fucking disappointed. It's holy shit. It's great. This game is so goddamn fun. They did a great job of. It's very flavorful. It's not supposed to be directly linked to Fury Road, but
Kind of feels like it.
It does, because there are war boys in it. They make reference to Immortan Joe and Rictus and the Gas Town and the Citadel and the Bullet Farm, and there are war rigs in the game. The fucking buzzards are in the game. Mm-hmm. It's all of the stuff, all the flavor of Fury Road is in the game, and that was really important, to me. It feels very Mad Max. I like how they put it together. There are downsides. There are, a few little glitches and a few little annoyances, but for the overall fun of the game, it's definitely worth it. I haven't been this engrossed in a video game in a long fucking time. I'm actually kind of failing to remember when the last time was. Grand Theft Auto 5.
Yeah. Yeah.
When GTA 5 came out, I was...
And even then, you didn't play through the campaign quite as religiously.
Yeah.
I don't think.
Yeah, no, probably not. But it's really well laid out. I mean, there's a lot of stuff to do. Some things do kind of get repetitive, but they keep moving the story forward well enough, and the gameplay is engaging enough that it doesn't really bother me too much, the little things that get repetitive.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, from what I haven't played it nearly as much because I don't own it. But Mike's brought it over here a few times, and I played probably about 4 or 5 hours worth of playing it. And it's really, really fun. You're going out on missions, and you get sidetracked from doing missions because you want to blow shit up.
Yeah, no, it's kind of like Elder Scrolls in that way. Suddenly something pops up on your mini map, and you're like, "Ooh, I gotta go see that."
Yeah, basically blowing up cars, which is super fun.
Blowing up cars, beating the shit out of people,
grabbing guys out of the cars with a harpoon, and whipping them across the state.
Oh, wait till you get the Thunderpoon.
Yeah.
That thing's awesome, and I know they named it that on purpose. I'm sure that was somebody's joke. But yeah, when you're cruising down the highway and suddenly 2 or 3 enemies suddenly show up behind you and start pursuing you, hilarious is to just turn around and blast a guy with the Thunderpoon out of nowhere.
Yeah,
and then watch his friend turn around and go, "Nope, that was a bad idea."
And then they hightail out. Yeah, and the graphically, it's a beautiful game.
It is. It's very good looking. The gameplay is mostly there. I would say there are little glitches. There are a few graphical glitches. There was one time that suddenly my map function just didn't work at all anymore. But I got to something that would trigger an autosave, and after that autosave finished, whatever that little glitch was cleared up. So I was happy with that because I was deeply into the game at that point, and you kind of can't play without the map. Because you need to, plot out what you're going to do, find all the unfinished things that you need to take care of.
I have to say, probably my favorite aspect of this game is Chum Bucket.
Yeah, Chum's hilarious.
He's just such a crazy zealot, and he's just so over the top with his reverence towards you. Like you're the second coming of Jesus.
Yeah.
And it's
actually,
so much fun to watch him just flip out on everything.
Well, yeah, actually, the great thing is at one point you do have to go to an abandoned church to recover something for a wasteland mission, and Chum seems utterly mystified at the idea of a church, even though he's been literally speaking religiously about you and your car the whole fucking game.
Yeah.
He calls you the saint. He calls the car his angel magnum opus. I mean, it's very, very religious. And yet you bring up Christianity and he's like, that seems kind of fucked up. The hell are you talking about? A building where people worship? What the fuck?
I only wish the other characters in the game were as captivating as Chum Bucket. I wish that the boss fights get really samey.
That's one of the few downsides is that the top dog bosses are basically the same guy with swapped color palettes, and that is kind of disappointing because basically, I mean, it's even the method of taking them out is pretty much the same.
Yeah,
you just gotta stand at a distance, wait for him to charge, roll out of the way, and then jump on him, punch him a half a dozen times, and then get out of the way before he counter strikes with his hand weapon. And it's been the same for all of the top dogs that I've fought so far. And that is one of those little bummers.
All right, so pros for this game. What would you?
Pros, very flavorful. It definitely feels like you're in Mad Max's world. I enjoy the driving. It's not quite as crisp as driving in GTA, but the firing while driving controls are much better than GTA. In GTA, it's next to impossible to operate the car and aim and fire, and you feel kind of retarded trying to operate that, which is why it's a good thing to have a friend with you to do all the shooting. In this game, when you hit the aim button, it slows into bullet time, so you can actually aim at what you want to hit and then pop back out to regular speed. So that, I appreciate that bullet time thing a lot. Because this game could be a fuck of a lot more difficult to work in the driving mechanic. I like the hand-to-hand fighting a lot. It's very similar to the Batman Arkham games in regards to the fighting, but it feels a lot more visceral. The sound of the thumping impact, especially when you're in fury mode and you're just beating the living fuck out of war boys.
Hearing bones break.
Yeah, well, the bones break, the thick packing sound, the vibrator movement. It just, unlike Batman, it feels a lot more visceral and a lot harder. Batman, you're kind of flitting around back and forth from one target to the other, pop, 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 pop. In Mad Max, it very much feels like you're beating the life out of a guy. The graphics are nice. I like the story. The story does slow down a bit in the middle parts of the game, but there's enough other stuff to do that it's still kind of holding itself up. I like the level of customization that they have going on, because you earn add-ons for the car, you earn add-ons for Max. There's actually a couple of different ways to get add-ons for Max. because there's a guy out in the wasteland called Griffa, and you earn Griffa tokens, and you can trade those in for bonuses like gaining more health when you drink water, gaining more, water or food when you find those resources out in the wasteland, so you can get an extra 100%, bonus like gasoline when you get that, if you've got your gas bonus from the Griffa tokens maxed out. And Griffa is like Max's psychiatrist, which is like, a nice parallel storyline that's going on.
In the film.
He's one of the peripheral characters that I really dig.
Mm-hmm.
Other than Max, Griffa and Chum are probably the two best fleshed out secondary characters. And I haven't finished the game yet. There might be more, but as far as like, just straight game mechanics and characterization, those are definitely so far the best add-ons.
All right. And cons.
Cons. The graphical glitches are a pain in the ass.
Sound glitches.
Yeah, it's got little sound glitches. I mean, mostly there's small technical problems that kind of plague the game throughout. The car could control a little better. I find myself accidentally oversteering
sometimes. Yeah.
Yeah. And occasionally you'll hit something on the ground that didn't look like it should be an issue, but somehow you'll do a fucking flat spin and have to get back on the road again.
GTA physics once again.
There are little cons to the game, but it's not enough to make me not play this. I liked Batman Arkham Knight. But Batman Arkham Knight was a game that I would play for a while, and then it would get frustrating, and I'd have to shut it off and walk away. And this has not been like that. I mean, this is a game that I am happy to waste a couple hours bombing around the wasteland, blowing shit up, and helping out people that are wasting away from thirst. Because that's another one of those little mechanics that they have in the game, is there'll be people wandering across the wasteland that need water, and you can stop, get out, and give them water, and they will be appreciative, and it's a bonus later in the game.
All right. And how many fucks would you give this?
4. I would give this a solid 4 fucks. I'd have given it 4.5. But the little glitches are kind of fucking annoying.
Yeah.
It's especially that thing where my map function suddenly disappeared. That freaked me out pretty bad. So, and 4 is a damn solid number.
Oh yeah, definitely. I'm gonna give it 3.5 fucks. Simply because the boss fight mechanics are too similar.
Yeah.
The gameplay gets a little repetitive.
Yeah.
And then the technical issues. But still, 3.5 is a pretty good score too. I think it's like a B-.
Yeah, no, that's damn good.
So it's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And I can't wait till you beat it.
Because it's going to come over here and live for a while. Yeah, I get that.
But yeah, it's a really. I think this is a great stepping off point. I would like to see a Mad Max 2 come out where they expand on the things that work really well, expand on the creativity for the boss fights, and adds a little multiplayer.
I'd like to see the sequel to this be an online multiplayer game. I'd like to see them advance crafting mechanics. I would like the ability to get together with other people and actually, put together a war party, a group, be able to build bases and, raid shit and, run around the wasteland, just being assholes in football shoulder pads. That would be a fucking great game to me.
And the ability to create your own character.
Yes.
Would be super awesome.
Absolutely.
And maybe run into Max occasionally so you can tell your own stories.
Yeah. Well, no, I run into Max, Furiosa, the Sky Captain, Master Blaster. I mean, I would like to see this be expansive enough that you could run into characters from all the movies.
Yeah. So yeah, glaringly good review. We're happy with it.
Yeah, absolutely excellent game. Run out, buy it, support this, because the more people buy copies of this game, the more likely they're going to be to making a sequel to this game. And we really want a fucking sequel to this game that is online and badass. So, until next time, stay shiny and chrome. Oh, I hope this is not fucked up.